Good afternoon, good morning, depending when you're at YouTube. It's your man, Lightweight George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Bodybuilding Talk, coming to you live on YouTube. Folks, as you know, last week I went to saw my first bodybuilding show, and I talked about it on my channel. It was a great experience, and it's been a week ago today. I mean, I'm telling you, time flies. But anyway, I have here a lovely lady from the great country of Canada. As you know, I'm a fan. This is going to be my fourth Canadian bodybuilder I have on here. You know, I had the late great Miss Rondalee Charisma. I had my dear friend Miss Amanda Snooks. We got met a while back. Melanie Horton, and also I have here who just turned a pro just a couple of years ago, Miss Sarah Boes, and she is on here. She's going to educate us about some stuff, and also we're going to have a little fun too. So, introduce yourself, madam, and tell us your story. How you get into this muscular, massive sport of bodybuilding?
How did my father?
Oh.
Yeah. Dad. I had the misfortune of being born with some congenital connective tissue issues as a child. So I ended up having a lot of reconstructive surgery for my knees and feet as a very young kid. I had to learn to walk again and all that crap. And a lot of rehabilitations, tons. So I was written out of PE. Couldn't take PE for all of high school. And was written out of PE with an orthopedic surgeon's note for 4 or 5 years. But I was an exerciser. I liked getting out there, climbing trees, doing stuff with my friends. I was active. And my dad says, we got to find you a sport. Well, he'd been bodybuilding in front of me for years. I was, knee high to a grasshopper. I'd be going to the gym with him and with my coloring books and my pens and whatnot. You sit here and I'll train. And that was just normal. This is normal life. And he had a weight set at home, and he put together a routine for me. And I remember lifting. He had made this 10-pound iron bar. I don't know why he had this 10-pound iron bar sitting around. Well, try this. And this is how, he told me the right way to bench press, showed me the correct form, and I did it. And I'd never felt anything like it in my life. And I wanted a program set up. So he's put a program together for me, and I've never missed a beat.
That's good. Like you say, it's like, I know Ronnie told me the same thing too, that she said her father got into it. And, and that's a good thing that, a girl's first love is her daddy, and daddy is daddy's little girl. As me, I'm, a boy's best friend is his mother, and my mother was my best friend, and you have sons, you understand, we boys, we love our mothers,
Love their moms.
Yeah. Women come and go every day, but mom is always mom. And mine's, it's been about 2 years since mine's passed, and I miss her dearly.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And you know what? Your boys should appreciate you. Now, as you know, you just did the North Americans about a couple of weeks ago.
Yep.
I just interviewed another lady who just turned pro at that show, was Santina Francisco, and she could turn pro in physique. Yeah. And also interviewed another lady by the name of Yeda Abdul, who also was at that show. And it was I think it was you and a couple other ladies also turned pro that show. And it's good that we bodybuilding has been going through, especially women's bodybuilding, has been going through a very time. As I'm gonna do a lot of quotes because one of my favorite movies is the whole Batman Chris Nolan thing, and it's a great quote. As back in 2014, as the IFBB walked quietly behind bodybuilding, stabbing the heart. And we now it's back, but as I follow a lot of stuff. Recently, I saw a show that did have female bodybuilding. The Indiana Pro dropped it. They didn't drop bodybuilding. The show's been retired, and it's just getting so hard to get fewer stages. As if you recently saw the Olympia's going to have women's body for amateurs, so that is a great opportunity. Because they have physique. Yeah. For some competitors, like I know a lady I talked to her name is Marilyn Yee, she double dips. She does physique and bodybuilding.
Okay.
And I did an interview with a lady a while back. Says it talks like the cost of it, as being an amateur. And how long you were how long as you were amateur for how long?
Well, I went in and out of bodybuilding competition along with the trend of women's bodybuilding fading. So I competed back when I was 17, and it fell apart. It went away, and I just kept training, and came back again when I was 36, and it fell away. But I also had 2 kids. So once my youngest went back into kindergarten, my coach found me at a gym And he said, I'm going to get you back on stage. So it's been with him, and he's amazing. Mr. Tyrone Ashmead, who's just an amazing coach and wonderful mentor and friend. And it'll be 4 years in September. So it's been 4 years of competing, 3.5 before I went pro. A lot of years, but the consistency of competing for the last 3.5 years has been, that was extremely costly.
Yeah.
But it's I think it's worth every dime.
Yeah. And that's the thing is about the sport, it is cost. Between, like I said, since I started, I've been a fan of bodybuilding since I was, my older brother used to play football, like American football, we call it here.
Okay, yep.
Yeah. And
the big deal.
It's a big deal. And he was a big high school guy. He used to collect the muscle mass. I used to looking like guys like Schwarzenegger, Lee Haney, Tom Plaza, those guys. And then y'all women, especially I was getting a little older in my teenage years, y'all women kind of blew my progressive mind. And there's some things I can't talk about right here and now because I hate their great, like,
wow.
And it was just something different about you. That's why like I said, my mom was too sick for a good while. I started doing this content because was it something because I liked, I still get like, I have a collection of comic books and bodybuilding mags because I still collect. I used to collect them back in the day, and what I learned about you ladies, y'all put a lot of work in this, and this is why my channel I try to give y'all a focus because the fact is, if you look on YouTube, and you are YouTuber like myself, there is 11 million channels dedicated mostly to men, and it's only a handful, not even a handful per se, like myself. There's DG on the Spot. There's a female bodybuilding channel. And there's a couple that might talk about women bodybuilding every now and then, but not enough because you ladies, you put in, especially you have responsibilities of a family.
Yeah.
You have a career, and you in this sport, as it's amateur. To say it again, it's not as profitable. I know there interview a lady. She said her last show she spent like maybe $7,000 just prepping and just
easily. That's on the low end.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you're really, really, really budgeting too.
Mm-hmm.
And that's It's an incredible amount of dedication, finances, and attention to detail. Because it's been so much a part of my life. It's kind of like brushing my teeth. And most of us who compete, that's just the way it is. It's just a part of our life, our lifestyle. Can't imagine life without it. That's what we do. We just push the envelope a little harder. Because it's bodybuilding. We have to stay over here, and it's really, but it's a labor of love. It really is a labor of love. But the amount of patience and the dedication, the persistence that's required, it's not for everybody, and nobody can do it. It's really not. It's a lot of people just look at me and say, "You're absolutely out of your mind." And I said, well, we're the 1%. We are the 1%. Most people can't do this. That's just not something that's feasible. But there's this little cluster of us who will put the pedal to the metal and grind it out and love the grind. Sure.
Yeah, I like that. I respect that because I couldn't do it because I'm a big dude here. I used to be a little bigger, but I lost a few pounds.
That's okay.
And it's just normal. It's just because I'm from the South, and it's not like stereotypical around here. You see, right? Because I know there's I have a Facebook page where I dedicate to ladies who are female bodybuilders in Canada.
Yeah,
and I also have a channel which is called Lines. It's called Lines In Female Bodybuilding Community, where I try to give attention to your ladies, because the fact is, y'all ladies need attention. You deserve it. Because like I said, we talk about it's expensive again. The cost of your suit, the cost of travel, the cost of prep, the cost of this, the cost of that. Then you still have responsibilities, outside of the sport, and folks, if you follow her, she also on YouTube. She does great commentary. She talks about a lot of stuff. I just saw her recent one where she talks about the buffalo piss, which is
gotta throw that out there.
Yeah, I had to.
Yeah.
Next thing she take tiger piss. That's like
Tiger, yeah, a little bit more difficult, but it's a little easier probably to get a buffalo.
Yeah, a little eat a buffalo.
You can get a dog. That helps you in that area. I've got a vast experience with dogs, so I could set you up with the right hunting dog.
Well, my grandfather used to hunt, and he had hunting dogs, and I've been around dogs, hunting shit like that, and and they were good, good hunting dogs. We had to take care of them sometimes every now and then, and a dog is good for we have fighting because I do content on MMA, and we talk about fighters saying she got some dog in her, and and that's the thing, that's the thing, you have that dog in you, you have like that old saying, doesn't matter the size of the dog, but the fight in the dog.
It's the fight in the dog. Yeah,
it's the fight in the dog.
It's spirit. It's the spirit.
Yeah.
But the buffalo piss is in response to a lot of, because everybody wants to, there's naysayers there. You get haters. Yeah. So haters give me content. Yeah. And they gave me a brilliant one with the buffalo urine.
The thing about haters, like, they can hate all they want, but we don't care. And sometimes I'll be a hater. I'll be like,
they're great. Yeah, I love haters.
Yeah, so I'll be a hater. I'd be like Dave Chappelle's character, Silky Johnson, play a hater to here. I hate Tack, can't hate no more. And that's the thing is about haters, you fuel us because you're so sad. Because you don't have nothing in your life, you gotta hate. And like it's just, and also is people talk about her voice. She has a lovely voice. I think she has a lovely voice. I think
my whole life I've had a deep. This just made it a little bit deeper.
Yeah, like people like Kathleen Turner, Demi Moore, Angie Harmon. That chick used to be on the Chicago PD. She has that husky voice. That's kind of sexy. I think some guys be intimidated by it, but I think maybe just me. Yeah. I'm a muscle person and a weirdo sometimes. But yeah, I think that's lovely. You got a lovely voice. And the thing is, it's funny how guys be like hating on it, but then there be guys undercover guys. He's saying like, I think she's got. They don't want to say it around their friends. So like you say,
they
like,
don't want to say it in front.
Yeah, because if you say it like that, like I know as me as I said again, I'm fan ladies and stuff like that. I said, "Are you gay?" I said, "Wait a minute. How can I be gay? If it was like if I was like maybe had a hard on for Lee Haney or maybe for or Jay Cutler, yes, but
but isn't that funny that they would say that? Isn't that odd? Like somehow, if you like muscular women, somehow there's something, you must be gay. But it's, I think more men like women with muscle than they'll ever let on. Mm-hmm. And these are the people that need to come out of the darkness and support us.
Yeah.
That's the thing, They need to watch. They need to be not contestants, but they need to be
supportive
members at our shows. Stop by.
Yeah, stop hiding because I think that's one thing. They need to do. Get out of the shadows, guys. I know some people. I know society doesn't think that it's cool to like women with muscle. But as I said again, one of my old jobs, I used to work at a strip club, and and I like women, all kind of women. Can be soft, like that. I'm a man. If I can, be in love with someone like you, I can be in love with someone like Rihanna. I just, women are women. Yeah. You just have to have a taste for it. Here we have a man, balls deep. He's a wild one. You gotta be careful with this one. He says, "What up and salute." Yeah, Chicago in here as usual. He keep repeating the same shit. Do say and Galato on deck. Also, smash the like button. Appreciate that, my man. And I love muscular ladies. He's a fan of your muscular ladies. Also, do you really drink buffalo piss?
No.
No, I doubt it. I don't know. I
don't
think anybody would.
Running gag.
Yeah, it's a little joke.
9 months, and I'm just keeping it going.
Yeah. Anyway, folks, her information in the description. Reach out to be genuine. But here's my rules, guys. I'm going to tell you, and I know it's hard to tell these hard heads. No D pics. Don't send these ladies that stuff. They don't want to see that. You don't want to see, why I understand you see someone like her when she's on stage, she's on her suit, she's all buff and oiled up, you get a little funny thing in your pants, but you don't need to do that.
You don't need to show me.
Yeah. Be a genuine guy. Say like, hey, Miss Boes, how you doing? I'm just be a fan, want to support you. No, don't be like, click. No, don't do that.
No.
My man Balls Deep says, she's beautiful. You have a fan.
Well, thank you very much.
Now, you've been competing quite a time in over in Canada, and we said I saw that they dropped the Women's Physique Pro from the Vancouver show.
Mm-hmm.
And and that's like, and recently Arnold, as you
Yeah.
know, has just walked right behind another division and stabbed in the heart
Yeah.
as he got dropped with his figure. And it's crazy how,
It's money. It's about money. Really, it is. I mean, if you're not making any, if women aren't coming up to bodybuilding or they're not coming up into physique, promoters have got to choose what is going to be making the money so that they can actually have tickets sold. That's the unfortunate part. They're kind of got their hands tied. So we've got to, come up. Is if you want to be, if you want to be a female bodybuilder, don't be afraid of it. If you want to be a physique competitor, do it. But a lot of people are in the, they'll choose bikini or they'll choose figure because it's easier to do. Okay. Being a physique competitor, that takes work and it takes a lot of time. And a lot of people today, especially young people, are impatient. They don't want to put 5 years into their body. They want it now. And it just doesn't
hot
work.
and ready.
They want it right now. So I'll go into bikini or I'll go into this because I know that I can do that in the next 3 months or 6 months and I can look great. But bodybuilding requires time. It requires commitment. And it requires an incredible amount of dedication, food. And not everybody today are willing to put in that kind of time, which is a shame. It really is a shame. And they're putting a lot of emphasis on, oh, well, you guys all take steroids. That's it. We eat a lot of food, a ton. But nobody puts any attention on that at all, on the nutritional aspect.
Yeah, and the thing about the steroids thing, everybody uses steroids.
Everybody.
If you go, like I said, like I was talking with a lady who I become friendly with. We talk about how steroids in birth control, steroids in when you have an inhaler, steroids is in
birth control. That's
awesome. Yeah. Steroids is in everything.
One facilitates the other.
Yeah, it's in everything. And the thing is, everybody points at bodybuilding and say like, "Oh, y'all serious?" But then, if it was long ago, there was a congressional hearing in the states, and you remember they had against for baseball. Went after Mark McGuire and Sammy Sosa and a lot of those guys.
Yeah.
Marion Jones, she got busted a while back. In your country, Ben Johnson, that's the one of the most favorite ones. And everybody use it. It doesn't build your muscle. It's a recovery. It helps you recover.
Thing is, you don't start off doing it. That's the thing, is that you don't start the game that way. You have, especially in this sport, you've got to start it with food. You've got to start it with training. I don't even recommend taking creatine unless you've got 5 years of hard training under your belt, because it shuts down your body's natural response to create it. Your body already has creatine in your already there. And if you don't use that up and you add creatine, your body stops making it. So it's one of these things that a lot of young people get a lot of misinformation and run with it. And you can't. You got to actually pick up something that's called a book that has pages, and you turn them and you read them. And in encyclopedias or what have you, Arnold's Encyclopedia is a really, really great place to start. He has a lot of really amazing and incredible information that is used to this day. But I mean, people don't want that. They want now. They want it to happen right now.
Yeah, we have here Balls Deep, as he says, as he mentions. Balls Deep, don't act stupid. That's my man JM 2022. He also said money in politics as usual. My man JM 2022, what's up? By the way, George, I appreciate Balls 2020 JM. Also, a bunch of cheaters. I won't say cheaters per se, but there is quite a few who do use it as to help them advance a little bit. How do people treat you in social media and in public? That's my man JM 2022.
Okay, so I went to. I don't know if you guys have got. You have marshals out there, right? You got
we have marshals.
Ross Driver less. I don't know.
We had that. We got Ross. My nephew used to work at Ross.
Okay, we have what's called winners. So winners is our marshals, and I went in there the other day to get clothes for my boys for school, and it was as if the Hulk walked in or somebody came in and tore the place up. There, it was. I'm looking around, just this, and I thought, do I look that freaky? And I and I'm starting to look in them, and it's. I'm like, no, I just look like a female bodybuilder. So relax, just get the stuff and let's leave.
Yeah.
But so there was that was interesting to me because I was in shorts and a t-shirt, and I thought, well, maybe when you go to these places you need to wear something, cover everything up, and screw that. This is how I look. But a lot of the time, if I'm going out in public and I don't want to the stares or the questions, I'll just cover up.
Mm-hmm.
But most of the time, yeah, people will stare, and it's funny because in Canada, people stare and they don't say anything. When I go to the United States, they're a lot more respectful. It's funny. They come up and they say, wow, good job. That's amazing. Yeah. How long have you been doing that?
Well, I think you Canadians, you're kind of very polite people from the stories I've heard. But in America, I think we're a little bit more, I would say.
You're outspoken.
Yeah, a little bit more open-minded, outspoken.
Love that.
Yeah, some things I think we need to be a little better at, but, it's just, things are going on, if there's some crazy going on. Yeah. It's just, we're just going through some craziness right now.
I spent my college years in the U.S. and when I came back to Canada, I was never the same.
Yeah, it really changes you.
Changes you, but I loved it. I love the people there. I really, really do. It's, we're nice as Canadians. We're nice, but we're not hospitable.
Yeah, my man Omar Acosta, she is beautiful. Her face is like an angel. He's a fan of your voice. I said, I don't care her voice. Yeah, he loves her. Where she's from. Well, Boes, if you were listening earlier, she is in Canada. I have this is going to be my fourth Canadian bodybuilder I have interviewed on my channel. I love these ladies. I'm like I said, I'm a fan of female bodybuilders in Canada. My man Balls Deep, they acting like she's She-Hulk. And that's the thing. You got to do She-Hulk out. I don't care her voice. I love her kisses. That's my man Omar Acosta. And they got to do She-Hulk out. And this virgin looks more like a tall model type. What you think? You watch the show yet? Because I really watch. I don't have
the She-Hulk person. Oh, right. No, I haven't seen it at all. It's not something I would watch.
Yeah. Wait, I know you have two sons. They probably like cartoons like that, the Avengers like that. I as a kid, I used to love watching cartoons and
they love the cartoons. They're past that now, but they're
how old are they now?
10, and my oldest is going to be 13 in 3 weeks.
I would still watch cartoons. I was like, I'm still watching cartoons because this morning I was watching Bugs Bunny, and then I got back.
That's what you got to watch, though.
Yeah,
you got to watch the Looney Tunes. They love Looney Tunes.
Oh yeah, it's a classic.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, I grew up with He-Man and Thundercats.
Yes,
those are great cartoons. The cartoons now are too kiddie for my taste. I mean, just.
My son said, my oldest son said, I don't like the cartoons today where they always want you to interact with them. I don't want to interact. I want to watch it and sit quietly and observe. I don't want to be involved. I don't want to do what they tell me to do. And that was the thing. Even when he was really young, he didn't like the interactive cartoons. Like, let's jump up and down. Let's do this. He didn't want that. He just wanted to sit back and watch. So I got the old Scooby-Doo series from the late 60s and 70s. Oh, he laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed because that's when it was funny. Yeah. I mean, Bugs Bunny getting knocked over the head with a bat is hilarious. Mm-hmm. Tom and Jerry getting beat over the head with a broom by Jerry. Tom getting hit over the head with a broom is hilarious.
Or Popeye, when you take the spinach, he fights Pluto.
And the only thing big is his forearms. It's great.
Yeah. I mean, it's before you get Popeye the Sailor Man. I mean, a lot of people don't watch those cartoons, but I still watch it because I watch regular. I'm more online than I watch on cable. I might watch something every now and then, like something like I might watch Dr. Pimple Popper. That's my highlight of the week. I watch that. But we got a man, Balls Deep. I like the way you are. You are sexy as AF. JM. She is She-Hulk in her own way. Much respect her. My man, Omar Costa. She is my She-Hulk. And she says Sarah is a beauty. You got a queen. And also he's obsessed with you. Sarah is my queen. We got here Prince Kumar, M Flex Biceps. I don't. It's up to her. I don't usually ask anybody to flex their biceps unless they feel like they want to. If she don't want to, don't ask. So anyway, also we have here, balls deep always flex for me, baby girl. If she don't want to flex for you, balls be shut up. And also, these girls must be the actresses of Marvel and DC movies. Yeah, I mean, I talked to some ladies who said that they like. I know one lady say she was offered the opportunity to do Wonder Woman one time, but that's when it went with Gal Gadot. And some people are talking about how she's not Wonder Woman. But we remember Linda Carter. How she wasn't Wonder Woman.
Correct.
But that was the one we went with because we talk about how it's about popularity. As
it is.
With like you have divisions like wellness and bikini, which was truthfully is the tits and ass of the division. And people want to see those more than women with muscle. And physique's been around quite some time. I wasn't too big a fan of it, but later on I really got into it when we were doing interviews with ladies. Division, did you ever think about doing physique for a while, or we were just straight doing bodybuilding?
I have a wonderful, wonderful friend and mentor, colleague, Tanya Chartrand, who is a physique competitor. And she got me into physique twice. And she goes, no, you got to do it. You've got to do it. And I did it. I did it last Christmas. And then I did it again at the Van Pro for this year. It's just not my lane. Mm-hmm. I'm not feeling it. And for me, I'm just one of those people that you pick a lane and stay there. I'm a bodybuilder through and through. It's just who I am. I clench my fists when I pose. I can't open my hands up. I never remember to do it in a routine. And every time I go out to do a posing routine with physique, I always do the bodybuilding poses. I've never, because usually when you go out, you only have to do your routine once and you don't have to do it again. Well, I've had the absolute pleasure of having to do it twice. And each time I've gone out, I have never done it with the physique poses because I've never thought of it. And I haven't practiced it with the physique poses. I've only practiced it with the bodybuilding. And it's always about 3/4 of the way through the routine. I'm going, oh God, you're doing bodybuilding posing, idiot. And then I'm like, oh, well, just keep it up. Keep doing what you're doing. But it's when I realize, oh, shit, I'm not even doing physique poses in this round. Okay.
Yeah, so the thing you got to be careful.
Staying in bodybuilding. That's
because that thing is with physique, it's more supposed to be more, effeminate supposed to be. But the last few years, it's been changing. It's one thing is I know we had a discussion with some ladies, one lady, we discussion about how it's the physique division is fueling women's bodybuilding. And you mentioned Tanya Chartrand. Me and Tanya, we've been talking back and forth on social media. I'm hoping to get her on my show. She's friends with Melanie Horton.
I love her. I love her.
I even told her I was in Savannah when she competed. And I told her I was there. She said, you were there? And I know she did it in the back in the biz. I would love to have met her in person. But we've been talking back. I'll send this video to her later. And I know she watched it because y'all good friends. She might like it.
She's lovely. I was up at 5 a.m. to watch her. So I could stream it, so I could see her. She's a wonderful, wonderful ambassador for women bodybuilding and physique. Phenomenal.
She's really good. I think she's also doing the Arnold UK.
Yes, she
next
is.
Week.
Yep.
Her. I think a lady I've been also Barbara Majan, Jody Lyons, who also I've been talking with social media. Barbara Majan, Ann Moon, a couple others. That's the only Arnold show is going to have women's physique. And Arnold's like anything, he kill out for your bodybuilding. My man Balls Deep, he's saying, I miss Saturday morning cartoons. I do Balls Deep too. I mean, I was watching before I got here. I was watching.
Remember
Cheese.
that? Remember Saturday morning cartoons? Yeah,
you get up
super early.
I get up to murder me and my brothers, and
there was a time limit.
Yeah, we watch from. Sometimes you can catch really early. We can watch like Johnny Quest like 6 o'clock, and then
6 o'clock you could go from 6 to probably 11.
12 sometimes.
12 sometimes.
And then we watch wrestling and watch kung fu movies. Yeah, like that. I'm still. I done interviews with a couple of wrestlers, and I'm a big wrestling fan. Not these last few years, kind of fell off a little bit. Vince McMahon retired because of the scandal. Hulk Hogan, he said the N word, so I'm not, but It's
Always
just
a scandal somewhere.
it's always a scandal. My man, Omar says she could be Wonder Woman or Ant superhero heroine.
Well,
I'll say,
here's an interesting tip. I'm actually a trained actress, so I could actually do that.
mhm.
If they picked me to do it, I'd
Yeah.
actually do a good job acting.
How long you been acting?
30 years.
Because I know I saw some pictures of you. You did a little play and stuff like that. And the thing is, acting that's tough. I mean,
It is. It's a grind. It is a grind. You think bodybuilding's political? The entertainment industry will cut you to pieces.
hmm
It's yeah. You've got to have a thick skin,
yeah,
and it's entirely a business. It's a brand. It's a business. It has nothing to do with talent. I went to school for it in the States, and I look at it like Navy SEAL training.
hmm
You become a Navy SEAL in order to fight for your country and protect yourself. You become a Navy SEAL as an actor so that you can protect yourself once you go out into the real world and you start auditioning, and you can, because everyone's firing at you, and you have to know how to fire back, and you have to know how to protect yourself. And if you get shot down, you get shot down. If you don't, you have a better chance of not being shot down if you're trained than if you're not.
yeah.
So I
Man,
like that.
my man Omar Costa. If she could be any superhero heroine, my man Balls Deep. I like to see her as Power Girl. You know why you want to see her as Power Girl, Balls Deep. Blessings and good. Blessings, George and Sarah in chat. That's my sister, Miss Fishiana from my old channel, The Liquor Spot. Shout out to Miss Fishiana. Also, Omar says she smiled beautiful. He loves your smile.
Thank
He's
you.
wondering, are you single?
Oh, keep that under. Yeah.
Yeah, we would keep that now. And we're not gonna get to that, Omar. And my man Balls, he said she's swole.
Like
Yeah,
I'm jump and just go off
yeah,
with
yeah,
whatever. The
yeah,
sun.
yeah. Yeah, some guys just we get excited. We see you ladies in there, so I'm like, peace and blessings to the chat. Appreciate my man Balls Deep, and also some Omar. Most of women are my dream. He's decided, and this is a serious question from my man Jim Treasury. I would always go with the regular tone women. It's the Anglo-Saxon body type that they go for when they dissipate a lot of strong females characters. And yeah, you go with the typical girls. Brie Larson is Captain Marvel. You
Yep.
had Margot Robbie as a Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
A lot of traditional. When you got to look at the comics, the difference is, I've been a comic fan for a long time. The women are a little bit more in muscular, a little bit more not as like the level of field bodybuilders, but still,
Yes.
still like have that great, like I would say, kind of figure look, compared
Yeah.
to
But Margot Robbie and Brie Larson also have to have jobs after they finish doing a superhero, so they can't get muscular because then they're not going to be. They're actually not going to be sustainable for the other parts that they're going to have later on. That's the reason that you're not seeing muscular women. They're hiring regular actresses to play these parts who are not going to get muscular, and it's very hard to believe that they can pick up a building and they can pick up things that they're picking up, that they somehow have this massive power. But reality is, these actresses aren't going to go out of their way to become muscular.
yeah.
Yeah.
My man Omar says Marvel and DC is wrong not using these women. Yeah, that's true. But maybe Red She-Hulk. Yeah, that's a pretty good character. And also, oh yeah, that's another character. Big Barda could be a role for her too, because that's the wife of Mister. What's the guy's name? I remember him, Mister Fantastic, Mister.
Oh yeah, I know.
He's a escape artist. He was the foster son of not Doomsday. I mean of
Yeah.
Dark Side, and
Right.
he is Scott. It's something other. It's Scott Free. I think Scott. I forgot the name. Yeah, I remember his name. He wasn't as popular. I was more of a Batman, Superman, Flash, Wonder Woman, something like that. I grew up watching those Super Friends cartoons. I mean, out of like I said, out of both, I think like this, Batman and Superman were two different people, but they're like the same side of the coin. Superman was this great, powerful alien who wanted to be more, he just wanted to be a regular man. But
Yeah.
Batman was a man who wanted to be more than a man, and he was just, he has intellect. That's why I love the Nolan movies and,
Yeah.
the prediction of Batman because it's closer within reality. And I love quoting some stuff from it. Like, and one of my characters is, I mean, if you everybody follow me, I have a couple of characters. Right here, I'm all the way George Page. Also, I go also by my name, the AKA Perfect Stage, but also go by another name. I am. Wait a minute. Oh, sorry. Wait a minute. I'll give you a second. I'm sorry. That's it. Just like, I am the Joker. Why so serious? And hello, beautiful. And you are beautiful. I had to do it. I had to do it. I'm sorry. I mean, and the thing is that y'all ladies, as you know, you just got your pro card. I reached out to a couple of ladies that get it. They hadn't come. I hope to get a chance to have them on. And what's that feeling when you, after all those years, all that grind and the work you put in, the sacrifice you made, when you got that pro card?
It was kind of an out of body experience. Actually, it was an out of body experience. I felt myself leave my body, walk on. It was very, it was a relief is what it was. It felt like a relief. It just went, okay, next step. So the page turned in my head. Okay, what am I doing next? And that was what I felt when I got it. I went, oh God, okay, got it. All right, great. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Thank you for recognizing me. That was my biggest thing was thank you for recognizing me, for the IFBB for doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And then my next focus was, okay, what's the next? And my coach was the same. All right, so what are we doing next? Where's our next plan? And then and that was pretty much what I thought. And then after that, it was just a feeling of, okay. My kids were relieved. Like, oh, good. Now we don't have to be, being dragged around from show to show to show to show for her to get this. Now she's got this. Now we go on to something else.
Yeah, they were like Penny from Good Times. No, Mama, no, Mama, we don't want to go to these shows. My man, Omar Casa. In the comments, all the women are muscular. They are wrong for not using these women. Respect to him. Also, my man JM2020. I don't like Brie Larson as Captain Marvel. Katie Sackhoff would be more fitting for the role. But like I said, she said to go with the popular actors, and that's why they are chosen.
That's why they're chosen.
Yeah. And they always use CGI superheroes and heroines. Thing is, you can't, like remember Lou Ferrigno's Incredible Hulk, and Lou.
Yes.
Lou, he had the green paint in the hair and like that. You can see sometimes he used to wear sandals when he used to run a lot because his feet were hurt. You can't go back there anymore. We have to go back to the next one. It's not going to be the same. My man, Balls Deep George on creep mode. No, I'm not Balls Deep. You're the creep. My man, J22. Katie Sackhoff looked more physically imposing if she was Captain Marvel. Just check her out in the role Dahlia in the film Riddick. She was muscular. I'll check it out. I'll sell it. And my man here, Omar, just in the movies, Nemesis used real muscular women. I did an interview with Sue Price last year, and she was in that movie, and it was great talk to her, like her and Nancy Lewis and my dear late friend Miss Rhonda Charisma. I keep getting wrong. Rest in peace. She's a great lady. We talked every now and then, and and talk to ladies like yourself who have been in the grind for a long time. Like I say, you had your boots on the ground, 10 toes down.
Yes.
And you finally, after putting that work, I know there's been ladies who've been NPC competitors for 20 years. Yeah. And it's actually with you, it's a CBFFB, I think it is. It's a Canadian Bodybuilding Federation. Yeah. And being your boots on the ground that long.
Yeah.
And finally, get your opportunity, get that pro card. But the thing is about getting that pro card is that it's not much is going to change. You can put IFB Pro to your social media stuff, but still
got to grind.
Yeah.
But
And
the
then,
stakes got higher.
mhm.
You
And
know.
then, like saying one thing is like, as a pro, you should be getting more profitable because I know your sponsors, right? Your sponsors, you have
Yeah.
sponsors, and that's a good thing. We have the sponsors that help because that takes the relief off
Ab-
your bank account, and that's somebody who can help you out. Like I said again, when I make these comments, like guys, check her stuff in the description. If you are somebody who are interested in sponsoring a lady like Miss Boes, who wants to help her for the career and maybe get to the next step, be genuine. Don't be one of these guys. Be like, Sarah, you know what? You got a pretty body, a pretty smile. Yeah,
I've had
don't. Yeah, don't do that. Don't be that guy. Like I said, that's why I tell. Don't see
a
his knee pics.
yeah, yeah. I've had people talk, interview me per se, and it goes down the rabbit hole pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to do it, it's like those, it's like they say, shit or get off the pot,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, be
Yeah,
straightforward.
yeah. My man, Ball Deep says, yeah, I'll put a little something on her phone bill. He wants to be a sugar daddy. It's sad that these women are just used in porno movies, and that's the dark side of part. Yeah, that's the thing is that is
Because I
that's
sign up every day.
yeah. That's as we call them. Like I said, as we guys call them, as we must supposed to we call them the beat the meat websites. That's the It's the thing we talked about how women bodybuilding, the fan base is like this.
Yeah,
It's mostly
we don't have to do these things.
no, you don't have to, but you do it because it's a way to make a little income between because like I said, it's a way to make income between shows. Sometimes I know some ladies who have jobs and you have a
Yes,
career. But
yes.
sometimes it's the cost of bodybuilding. It's a way to make income. You don't have sponsors, and as I said, as we call them the beat the meat websites, and it's us guys who follow you ladies. And this is a smoke saying that I heard a long time ago. When your ladies rock hard, we'll rock hard. And and it's just the thing is that we not just into this about for sexual attraction. We admire your commitment and passion for the sport.
Absolutely.
And the thing is, this sport is it's about you ladies don't get enough recognition. You put as much work as the men. You may not eat as much as the men, but you put in just as much work in the gym. A lot longer. You have to make a lot of sacrifices. I know while I had conversation with ladies saying how they lost some friendships. Sometimes they can't go out and do like this. I know they can't drink or hang out. They have to say, I got to get to bed because it's part of my my regiment. A lot of all that stuff.
Yeah, I'm boring at prep, and during prep, it's shutdown mode. I don't see anybody for probably 4 or 5 months. I literally don't. I do not. It's my kids, and that's it. And it's just I do not. Yeah, it's eat, train, sleep, repeat.
Mm-hmm.
Eat, train, sleep, repeat. That's it. That's it. And I'm happy with it. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Boring as it is, um, you just get better, and you get better, and you get and posing is everything.
Mm-hmm.
So it's eat, sleep, train, pose. Eat, sleep, train, pose. Eat, sleep, train, pose. That's it.
Right. And like I say, people like it's just the thing is that eat, sleep, training, posing. That's part of your routine, and the consistency is the thing that keeps y'all ladies going. You competitors going, not just the men and women, or I like to call the guys the banana hammocks. It's about the consistency of it. If you can be steady. Sometimes there'll be times where you get in the morning and say, you know what, I don't know, but I might just want to eat bonbons and watch soap operas with the kids or something like that. But then you say, you know what, I gotta be on my grind. I want to be the next level. I want to maybe make to the Olympia, or to the Rising Phoenix, as you are no longer on the Arnold Schwarzenegger stage, and and it's just the thing is you have to be determined. And determination.
Either up and I want to die, and they're just like, oh my God, really? Or I've literally, there's one time I'm sitting on a preacher curl and I was going, what the hell are you doing? Like, why are you here? Like, why are you lifting? It was just a really random, bizarre thought. It was just like, oh my God, like you're back again. Like you're right. You're doing this. But the name of the game is, and the thing that my father always told me when he pushed me hard when I was a teenager and I was training, is he said, if you're not out there training, somebody else out there is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that thing is, if you like you have to worry about you're your own opponent.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're fighting yourself. You have to worry about the other people, the other guy. You have to worry about yourself.
Nope, you got to yourself, and you've got to constantly benefit and add to you. And there's no perfect bodybuilders. Like when I used to show Great Danes in the ring, there's no perfect Great Dane. There's always something that you've got to work on. And there's always something to work on. I think that's what makes it worth it. You know, if we were perfect all the time and everything was coming up and everything was beautiful, you wouldn't have I don't think, the same grind. There's always something to work on. Always. Mm-hmm. And wherever your weaknesses are, hit that first thing.
Yeah, that's saying you always got to make things better. It's always room for improvement. You know, like again, I would quote another move, like Master Wayne. Why do we fall? Can we learn to pick ourselves up? And never, always be aware. And another game I'm gonna say again is always be aware of your surroundings. Never give up sure footing for a killing block. And I'm just addicted to that movie series. I just like that. My man, JM 2022. Who is the best female bodybuilder currently, in your opinion, Miss Sarah? He's wondering who you think is. We had the champion because I got to see her live. Andrea Shaw. Oh my God!
It's her. Andrea Shaw's it. She's it.
She is. She reminds me of about back in the day, and Andrea Harris White, around about the face, the jawline like that. She has great, beautiful features, a great physique. I think another one I would say is a lady who I've become acquainted with. Her name is Jada Beverly. She's an amazing young lady. She's not competing anymore. She decided to retire. Also, I think I throw in another name. I would say Minda Murray. I'm going to say Iris. Yeah.
Yeah. Murray had a phenomenal physique. Phenomenal.
Yeah. Iris Kyle.
Well, come on. Yeah.
One lady I got to meet in person, Annie Revicchio. I got to meet her in person. I mean, I took a picture of her, and she got I got off guard. Her. If you check my channel, I've done 2 videos about her. I did a video about her and Krista Bach, and they're the 2 most popular videos on my channel because they were just amazing, great physique, great bodies. One thing I think I would say, I've never been to the Wheel of Silicone. I know you have them, but it's just. I know for women, it makes you more. It gives that more feminine aesthetics that I think women like because And I know we as I saw recently. I was talking with a friend of mine. We saw a post this lady. She competed as a physique competitor, and she's kind of, I think she's about as big as Javette Bova. I mean, it's just, and that's kind of, you should. A moderate or not, you should have just enough where it looks, but you don't want to overdo it. And that's the thing is, you don't want to overdo it. It kind of like with tattoos. I see some women who have tattoos. I met Rashana Boswell, who I did an interview a while back. She has tattoos. She's a great competitor. I respect it. I love it. But tattoos can be a little bit off-putting. You ever had that? You ever seen a competitor and you say like, wow, she got too many tattoos. I mean, they kind of get away.
Tattoos, you're not looking at the physique.
Mm-hmm, yeah, and that could give you. I don't know. I don't know. As a judge, it'd be kind of distracting. You try to look at all the details of the muscle, and not that ink and stuff like that. My man, J.N.Toy, most black girls are beautiful symmetry. Yeah, true like that. Also, he says here, Andrea Shaw is a living sculpture. Her symmetry is incredible, and it's true. I mean, you got to see. If I saw her live in person, see a guest posting. Her and Mona Soleil, they were posing at the Savannah.
Yeah, lovely, beautiful.
Yeah, my man, JN 2022. Andrea Shaw is genetically hybrid of mixture of Linda Murray and Audrey Harris. I think, she has great features. And that's the thing is, bodybuilding need women like Andrea Shaw and like yourself who have great feminine features, great looks. Yeah, I know people talking about how some women look a little bit masculine. They got square jaw. They look like, but that thing is, it's about, as your body changes, especially when you take certain supplements. When you have to work out, your body changes. Like it's just, that's one of the side effects of being a bodybuilder. But it's about bringing that, y'all ladies are like human sculptures, like somebody just created you, like the gods created you, or Festus, the guy who created the the weapons for the gods. He's like in like a blacksmith.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
No, it's true. It's like it goes back to the grind. You've got to keep chipping away at what you have. You can't you're born with what you've got. You got to work with what you have and do the best with it. And it's again about improvements, and it's about continuing to add. And a lot of people will say to me, "Oh, are you gonna you can't ever be too big." You can't. It's about symmetry as well. So symmetry and size, symmetry and conditioning, all part of the package. And Andrea Shaw's got it all,
yeah.
and nobody's beating her.
Like I said, I know a friend of mine who knows Mona Soleil. She's going to be doing the Rise of Phoenix in a few months.
Yes.
I saw Mona. I say Mona should have done that show because she's not going to beat Andrea. She might get the points to get to Olympia, but she's not going to beat Andrea. Yeah, she's not going to beat Andrea. It's going to be hard to beat Andrea. I know. I was also talking to a lady, Jay Fuchs. She's supposed to be doing Romania in a few months, I believe. And it's only so many shows left in bodybuilding. Savannah was the last one. You're gonna have to, like me. I have a channel with my partner we do called Muscle Talk Mondays. We talk about women in bodybuilding like that, and it's gonna be kind of dry for a while. We gotta find subjects to talk about.
Yes.
A man, Jan 2021 saying, I don't like tattoos on physiques of women. It's distracting unless you are Rachel Daniels and her tats are badass. I like Rachel Daniels. She's pretty cool. We got a new one here. Jay Busy. Sarah looks incredible, simply stunning. Oh, you got a fan here. Yeah, I'm getting some new fans here. I don't like tattoos, muscle women, because we can't appreciate the muscle beauty. I agree with you on that. Also, Omar Acosta, at 35 years, it's very difficult to keep the muscle beauty. When I say he speaks a little Spanish, but yeah. And the thing is the sport is changing. I talked about it in the channel how there should be, if bodybuilder can get some real injection of major sponsors, as earlier, as there's this week, Dave Brower, he just retired the Indie Pro, and this year they had women's bodybuilding. Mm-hmm. And I thought this would be a great show, first year show for competitors who want to, because there's not that many. Most of the bodybuilding shows for women are like more closer to the spring, more closer to like later into the spring and in the summer. And there's no, like as we don't have Miss International anymore, but it's now, it used to be the Miss International was a big first of year show for women's bodybuilding. And, and we have more stages. It seems like we're still losing some.
Yeah, I know. We've really got to band together and bring it back. The other part of it too is, the people who admire female bodybuilding. Okay, I'm just going to call out all the schmoes out there. Come to the shows. Come to the shows. Support us at the shows. Get the tickets. Buy the tickets and show up.
Or the pay-per-views too. As long as you buy the pay-per-views, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Show up. But if you're in the audience, if you're actually in the audience and you fill that space up and you come in to fill the space up, it says a lot for female bodybuilding that you're there to support us. That is it's time to get out of the darkness, get out from behind whatever it is you're hiding behind. We know you're there. Support us. Come back and say hi. We'd love to see you.
Mm-hmm. I know at one point I was sitting right across from, when I was at Savannah, I was sitting right from waist down from Linda Murray. She turned around and smiled at me. I said, ah! I had a geek out mode in my head. I wish I could talk to her, but I knew she was promoting the show. She was busy. I got to talk to Lena Popa. Oh my God, because she's beautiful in person. I mean, being a fan of Lena's, like I said, a lady also I've been social media friends with Donna Salib. I met Stephanie Flesher. I met Irene Anderson. I talked to a lady by the name of Orlania Bannon. I wanted to meet Tanya. I know, after they be busy, they got to get ready. I would love to meet Tanya. Yeah. And I was talking with Janine Lakowski, another fellow Canadian of yourself. Janine been talking back and forth on social media because she's friends with Nancy Lewis because they do a charity stuff for animals. And I told her I was there. I said, "You were there?" I said, "I saw her walking, around, but I know she was busy. I didn't want to bother her. It was just a great opportunity because
Absolutely.
for me, for myself who been following watching ladies on like on TV, like back in the day. You remember you used to have bodybuilding on television. You could
Yeah.
watch it on NBC, Fox News, ESPN,
Yeah.
but then they pushed it out. But now you watch cornhole and poker.
I know.
I mean,
I,
it's crazy.
yeah. I just want to sit there and watch. I desperately want to see people in sunglasses, with a handful of cards. I no, that just gets me going. I love
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Love
My
to
man,
these people.
yeah, my man, Jenny Ackler got fire tats. I follow her. She just did a show. She's an amateur figure competitor. She just did a show. She's like yourself. She has a couple of kids and she has a
Yeah.
lot of tattoos. Also, my man Jay Busy bodybuilding shows with no female bodybuilders competition is not a true show. Yeah, it's getting really few far between. I mean, bodybuilders like the other sports, 16 to 35, maybe no beyond 65. I was at Savannah. I saw the great Miss Michelle Brent just in her career. She's 65.
Yeah.
She did her last show, and I've been talking with her. I hope we get on my channel tonight too. Are you guys in the chat going to ask Sarah if she's popping veins? Ask her to show it. I'm just wondering. Balls deep for balls deep. My man,
Oh,
balls deep.
for
Yeah.
Buff. No, this is an interview.
Yeah, this is interview. No, we're just talking, folks. You want you can follow her on her IG. Also,
Yep.
she also
Oh,
has a YouTube channel. But like I
lock
said,
there.
yeah. If you want to see that, you can do that. But we're here to have a discussion. But here's my rules again, fellas. No deep pics, you sick freaks. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. And my man says, I mean to compete. Oh, that's what he's talking about. My man Jay's busy. I love to go to a female bodyman show, but it isn't any here in Australia. Oh, you live in Australia that have the big girls. Yeah, I know. I know. I did interview a lady by the name of Krista Lay. She's from Australia. She's a physique competitor, and she
Mhm.
did a couple of shows here in the states. And it's like bodybuilding is like this. Bodybuilding is really more stronger here in the states. It's growing in Europe and some other countries. And but like this, it's like remember movie Pretty Woman when the guy says it's Hollywood, everybody wants to come here.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
there's more shows. As you know, there's the Romanian Muscle Fest coming up in November. There's Europa Championships right like same week as the Rise of Phoenix. But
Yep.
there's been quite a few great female bodybuilders from across the ocean, such as Jay Fuchs, as mentioned. I did interview a lady by the name of Ivana Devikova,
Mhm.
a lady by the name of Isha Fabiana. She's from Brazil, but she lives in Denmark. And it's really growing,
Yes.
and here in the States, I think one of your fellow country women, Mona Porcelay, has moved to Texas.
Yes.
Because I know there was issues because of I know I talked to some ladies who was bodybuilders in Canada who say like, it's 2 weeks there, 2 weeks back, and it's
Yeah.
just they'll be gone for a month. I know one lady said she didn't want to leave her kids that long. She hated that, and she missed the opportunity to be with them more because she has to do that with everything with the virus. It really messed a lot of things up. It was tough.
Yeah.
And my mother, she reason he passed away because she caught the virus, and it's just it was just she was already had dealing with medical issues and
Yeah.
everything else, and it just couldn't really rebound after that.
I mean, yeah, the COVID thing was that was a setback for a lot of people. I applaud the people who went and trained during, that year. I trained in 2020. I didn't compete during it just because we hadn't had the vaccine out, but it was really touch and go there for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and yeah, from Canada to the United States, I mean, moving to the United States is eventual. That's just going to be the reality, I think, at some point, just because things are closer.
Yeah,
But it's really, yeah, it's hard, especially when you've got a family and you're moving everybody.
yeah, yeah. And you got kids, and the kids, you'd be like, they would lose their friends and stuff like that, and just
Yeah.
it's hard for you. I remember we lived out the country for a long time. We moved here to town. I lived here for about 30 years, and and we lived our own home, and and it was just something hard for me, even though I was getting older. I was already out of high school, but it was my home. I lived there since I was 4 years old, and I've been living here for practically almost 30 years. My man, Omar Costa here in Dominican Republic. There's no muscle women that with that level of their here. I mean, all right. We also have here JM22. If I ever saw Linda Murray in person, I would lose my damn mind, geeking out like I have been touched by the Holy Spirit, saying Hallelujah. Yeah, it was uh, Linda Murray is the goat. Yeah, much respect to Linda Murray. But yeah,
Totally.
Javier, men with the same body physique and muscle ratio, is also a man. It's just gross. Javier, man, I just saw your thing, and you know what? I'm going to block you. You're not welcome here. This is a conversation with a lovely lady, and respect her and her passion for this sport. And you are not welcome, sir. And I am going to take care of you in a second. But yeah, if you come here to move, this is like I say, more opportunities for you.
Yeah.
You can probably get sponsors.
Yeah.
It's going. I know it's going to be hard for the kids. Going to move, but the fact is, this is like I said again. This is Hollywood, and this is where everybody wants to come.
Resilient. And it's one of those things that you got to think about. I've been thinking about that for a long time, actually, even way before the pro card, just because that's where I went to school, and it's just I miss my friends there as well. But getting back to the guy from Dominican Republic, the one from Australia saying there weren't the muscle women. If you show up at the shows anyway and just go to the shows, show your support, that grows it. That grows it. So it's showing up to these things anyway. And no, you're not going to see, maybe you won't see a really big female bodybuilder there, but the more people that show up to the shows, the more that is going to expand female bodybuilding, and it's going to support it. So we need your support to get the support. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good thing. Yes, you ladies need all the support you can get.
Yeah.
Man, Omar Acosta, Josephina Masterio. I say this. It's a session. She's 75 and she's hard like stone. Also, we have a man. We have here Lawrence Perkins. Yo, brother, appreciate you coming to you. Good morning, Sarah.
Hey, I know him.
George, everyone on the chat. Appreciate it, man.
Oh.
Yeah, appreciate it, brother, for coming through. He's a big supporter. He comes on here so often. And and he said, yeah, I agree. You have to come to shows and support the ladies. Yeah. And to my man, Jay Busy, shout out to all the Rage George page for representing for female bodybuilders and true goddesses. Thank you. And my man, George, for sure. Thank you, my man, Balls Deep. Thank you again, Jay Busy. And like I said, I want to be advocate for these ladies because the fact is they do need recognition. I said again, if you look on social media, especially on YouTube, there's 2011 million channels dedicated to the men, but so few dedicated to y'all ladies. Yeah. As you know, the sport is changing, and and what's the next step for Miss Sarah Boes?
Well, because my father's responsible for all this, I blame him. He's 83 years old, and there is a pro show in Victoria, British Columbia, in May. And I just think it would be an excellent opportunity to have him see his daughter compete. He hasn't seen me compete in probably 18 years, long time. And, so I really want to do that for him. And just be start my pro debut in my country.
That's good. That's good. Also, you were at the Toronto Pro last year in the amateur part. So I know a dear friend of mine, Tana Huey. She competed that year too, and me and Tana have been talking back and forth. She wanted to do Savannah, but as you know, the cost of it, and my man, the support is expensive, yeah, but any support is good for these ladies. They can use it.
Absolutely.
Jay Busy. I got to go to as many shows as I can, support the girls at my gym, and I am the first to defend them from all the haters and let them hate till they can't hate no more. And here, my man, Omar Acosta. The haters are just stupid that envy the beauty of these women, and they are wonderful ladies. And my man Balls Deep, he's from Chicago. He says, go to the Chicago shows. He wants you to come to Chicago. Chicago's not too far from Canada. It's just right there at the border. You can just cross over.
That's 3 hour. I think it's like 3 hours.
Yeah, that's be great because he was having it in Atlanta for a good while, but because Illinois had those guidelines because of what's going on with the virus. Yeah, and, they moved back to Chicago this year, And this is my man, Marcus Bell, my brother. Salute to all the way, George Page coming through, smashing that like. And hello, Miss. It's Boes, not Boss, but he get it. Me and Marcus, we are part of a group called the Lions Den boxing community. Also, women. We do MMA and we talk about MMA. As you know, even that sport. Where on my channel, I even talk about women MMA because women MMA and boxing kind of have, even though they're different sports, they have some similarities. Because the fact is, you don't get as much recognition and respect. You work just as hard as your man counterparts, but still, it's just people don't like to see women fighting.
Sorry, I just got this cartoon-like image in my mind of these chicks. They don't. Women fight all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I think the best fights. I think the most fun fights are the girl fights. I remember one time I was in high school. And these two girls were fighting. Next thing you know, their friends started fighting. I put one of the girls in a full Nelson, and that's what I was playing. That's when I was playing high school football. I quit that because my coach asked me, should I choose between my job or playing football? I said, you gonna pay me? He said, no, I'm going to play. I'm going to work. And and I remember my principal and assistant principal was holding her by the hand and asked me, George, you think you hold her? Yeah, I got her. She was long and tall, but I was like strong because I remember by the time I was 16, I was already bench pressing about 350. I remember guys telling me, said, George, boy, you strong. So he asked me, said, George, you ever had any? He said, no. Well, son, you cock strong. That's why. That's the curve saying, you cock strong, son, because you never had them. Once you get some, oh, God, it's always straight. But then you get in the real world, get a job, you can't work out like this. But I am going to Planet Fitness. I do work out a little bit. I can't work too much because I got an issue on my shoulder because, Yeah, and that's the thing. I'm thinking about getting surgery, but I have a little issue with my heart here, pacemaker. But hey, I talked to my doctor, so I can still do it. But I try to be, that's why I said after my mom passed, I really said, what, it's time for me to take care of myself because I was almost 500 pounds because I was basically, I was taking care of her and I was eating and I wasn't eating right. I still eat a little junky now and then, but sometimes, man, it be calling me, man, be calling my name, man, be calling me. And I know you have like you with your kids sometimes, and they want to say, "Mom, can you go here? Can you go there?" I say, and they be eating chicken nuggets, and you're on your preps, you're eating quinoa and rice with a lean beef.
That doesn't bother me at all. It really doesn't. They can have whatever it is that they want in front of me. It means nothing to me. I don't get any craving or, oh my God, you can't eat that in front of me. You can't do that as I'm dying. Nobody's holding a gun to my head. Nobody's saying that you have to compete. I chose it. So I have to deal with everyday life just like anybody else does. But I've chosen this lifestyle. I've chosen to eat this way. So I don't get to complain. They can have whatever they want in front of me. It doesn't bother me at all because it's and they eat clean. They eat fairly clean, but when they have whatever they want, it's almost like it's fake food.
Mm-hmm.
I see them eating something like it's almost like it's not real to me. So I have a video actually. It's funny. I'll put it up on my Instagram. And it's me having my very first bite of anything treat-wise. It's a piece of cheesecake from the Cheesecake Factory. And it's the first time I've had anything in months.
I first saw a video on your YouTube channel.
Yes. And I'm eating that thing. And my son runs in. He goes, wait a minute, I want to watch. And he's just like, it's almost illegal that you're eating that. It's like it's not legal. And I said, right? He said, because they don't see me eat that way. They wanted to watch me do it. Like somehow I'm going to turn into this pumpkin or
they were just that mommy is eating chocolate cake.
Wow.
Yeah, that was like, I say, mommy eat clean. A man here, Justin Edith said, can see the beauty and discipline of the beautiful women. Also, my man Omar says, I love all sports women, respect here. And excuse me. And Jay Busy, what is your best lifts? Sarah, he's asking what your best lift is.
My best lifts. The funny thing with best lifts is it's really hard to get them again. I did 315 on a bench press for 4. And I could shrug a car. I don't know what it is with shrugging, but I could shrug a car. It's a muscle group that doesn't quit. But I haven't tested that. Because I need some really good wrist wraps for it, because I'm stronger than my grip strength. The squats, what the heck did I do with that? I think I did the same. I did 350. I think it's 315. It's 3 plates a side. So that's generally how we measure it, is how many plates a side we do, because bodybuilding isn't typically about strength as much as it is about
presentation.
It's presentation, it's size, it's conditioning, it's shape, symmetry. Our focus isn't strength per se. So when I look at it, a lot of people say, well, what did you do? How much was it? And I'm like, God, I don't know. 3 plates. That's, and I can gauge how much I can do based on my rep range, and it's just how much I can add on and drop my rep range a certain amount. But I think I did that for, I think it was 8. Yeah, maybe 8 reps when I did the 315. I hesitate to go heavier because of joints, and it doesn't, after a while, going it really, really, really heavy for 1 rep doesn't do anything for you. It's an ego lift. It's just for your own ego to see what you've done, but it doesn't do anything for the body in terms of make it better.
Yeah.
So I prefer to keep into a rep range when I'm doing something like that. If I want to do an ego lift, I still stay in the 6 range, just so that I know I can lift it.
Yeah. My man Jay Busy says in Australia it would be 140 kilograms. Yeah. My man Balls Deep, because y'all different metric figures from America, so that's the thing.
Yeah.
My man Balls Deep, she shrugs Mini Coopers.
Yes, Mini Cooper.
Yeah. And what's the biggest car you shrugged off? He's wondering, what's your biggest car?
What's the big? I haven't actually shrugged a car. What I meant that I meant
that. You said to.
Yeah, because my traps were so strong. But I haven't actually. You know what? My coach and I will have to do it. We'll have to see how much I can shrug, and then we'll put it on. We'll record it, and then we will put it on my IG. But I don't think we've ever. He just has me. It's funny because when he says to me, okay, I'm going to have you do another workout today, especially in prep, there's a secondary workout, and he will say shrugs 4 sets or 5 sets, heavy as fuck. So I'm like, okay. And he said, and I want, and you do as many as you can, heavy as fuck. So that, knowing him very well, I know what he wants from me. And it's blindingly heavy.
Yeah. My man Balls Deep says bodybuilding is a lifestyle, and it is. You gotta put work in here. And we got here my man Balls Deep again. What is the biggest? Oh, he already said that. I mean, go ahead. I mean, I'm repeating myself sometimes. Here we go. Jay Busy. Oh, sorry. What is your favorite pose, Sarah? He's asking.
Oh, side chest.
Oh, the side. Yeah. What's your least favorite?
Oh, I have a really wonderful posing coach who's drilled into me to love everything. So my least favorite, I think, well, actually, he kind of made it one of my favorites at the show because we tweaked it. He is a wonderful, wonderful way of making me enjoy the things that I don't like. What's the one I don't like doing? I'm just trying, it used to be side tricep, but now I love it. Only because it was tricky to get into it. It was difficult for me to get into it. But because I've been practicing so much, it's one of my favorites. I don't think there's a pose I dislike. I'm really comfortable with all of them. And I don't think there's one I truly hate. There are exercises I don't like doing. But exercises that you don't like doing are generally ones you need the most. So I pay attention to that. So if I hate doing it, means I got to do it.
My man Prince, my man Prince Kumar says your favorite workout and why. He's wondering what your favorite workout is. And my man Jay Busy again is, uh, what is your favorite muscle to work out, and what is your least favorite muscle to work out? They both like to ask you what's your, both your favorite workout, what's your least favorite. But you said your coach drill you to like in certain ones.
Yeah, like the ones that my favorite workout is almost always, I love training shoulders, and arms, but I do enjoy those ones. The one that I don't like, that I least like, it's probably abs. Just because I've had a C-section twice,
Mm-hmm.
and it's though, once your stomach wall has been cut, it's very tricky to get those real bumps on your abdominals. But
Yeah.
that's the one I have to work the most.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I need the most work.
Yeah.
So, it's the one I hate because
Yeah.
it's the one that needs the most work. Used to be calves, but I brought my calves up considerably in the last 2 years, considerably. And I don't mind training them. I don't mind training them at all. But abs my coach did something that was really brutal in my prep. And he had me doing 400 ab crunches and leg raises. And I knew I had to do them because it was written down. If he writes it down, my robot brain just goes, got to do them. And I started liking it. The harder it gets, and the more I want to throw up, the more I like the exercise. I'm the other way around.
Yeah, most people say last thing you want to do is like be like, this feels so good, and that is, you gotta respect your passion and commitment for it, because some people say, what, I quit, I give up, I tap out, I tap out.
Whatever, I never quit. I'm not. Yeah, I just don't. If something is difficult for me, I'll put all my resources into making it better. It's just how I am. Like posing was my least favorite thing to do. I hated doing it. Now I enjoy it. But I also had someone on my ass, and I hired this person to get on my ass, and that was that. It worked. It worked, and I enjoy it. And he's fun to work with, and it was just a really, really great aspect of the entire sport to just blend into everything else that you're doing.
Yeah, my man Paul T says hard work pays off. And my man Joyce Perkins, I just follow your channel. By the way, Sarah, you're welcome to follow her as well as on her journey. Much love to George. To George, you are talking soon too. I mean, we're talking soon too. Oh yeah, I hope we get you on, Lawrence, because he talks a lot of stuff. He tells you stuff. I mean, I like Lawrence. We can improve calf without gaining. That's a debate on Prince Kumar. And it's 2 a.m. here. Been a pleasure to listen to you talk, Sarah. Thank you for your answering my questions. You are beautiful. Keep up the great work, and you got it. Thank you, Jay Busy. I know because I did an interview with Christina, and I had to give like about 10 o'clock at night, and it was like the afternoon for her. I mean, but it would enjoy talking to ladies like that. My man Jay, she can train me anytime. Well, balls deep. I know what type of training you thinking about, but she is a trainer, and she genuinely trains people. Like that's why I say be genuine about if your interests, things like these ladies, like I said, we've seen this expansion now of much mature women coming to the sport. Back in the day, there wasn't that many women who were like yourself, mothers who had kids and responsibilities. I mean, it was like maybe a couple I could think of, like Diane Dennis and Krista Bob. Xenia King was the first mom Miss Olympia. But now I later up become friendly with Miss Tina S. Williams, Miss Marianne Wachowski, Alicia Flario. I mean, these ladies who are the next, who are the women coming in. As also, Jake Wood is talking about bringing masters back to the Olympia, not just for the men, but also for both men and women.
Well, the thing that a lot of people don't realize is that bodybuilding is not a sport for it. It doesn't cater to the young. The older you get, the better you get at it, because muscle matures, and muscle maturity There's a lot to be said for it. And to continually recognize youth over and over again, you're doing a disservice to it, because bodybuilding is based on patience and time in. And you'll notice that a lot of the female bodybuilders that are, are really, really good have been at it for years and years and years and years and years. They haven't been just starting over the last 10 years. They haven't just started. They've put their life into it. And that's the thing that a lot of people don't realize. They think it's a young man's sport, and it's not.
Yeah, because I know I saw Irene Anderson in person. She is amazing, and Irene's 56. And then your dear friend Tanya, she's 47. And some of these women, I wouldn't think, wow. Like when I had interviews like Marianne, she's almost 60.
Yep.
I saw Michelle Brent up there. She looked pretty good for a woman who was 65 years old.
Absolutely.
I mean, I think women start hitting their maturity around about, I would say, their late 30s to their early 40s. And then this women, this one, like if you look at, you look at Andrea, she's just, I don't think she's going to be 39 this year. Yeah, she still got a way to go. She'll probably hit her plateau. She might hit that level, a peak.
Exactly. But you see that? I mean, that's the maturity that I'm talking about. That's the muscle maturity I'm talking about. That's that's time in. That's a lot of work, And Andrea's been at it a very long time. And, she didn't start yesterday.
No.
And it's really, it's a patience game. I remember my dad said to me when I went into my first show and I came second, and and my dad says, well, he said the person who won had time in. And he said, it's just time in, honey, time in. And and showing up, time in. That was the two things he said to me all the time. And then when I went into I won my first big show at 17, and I put my time in, and he said, it's your turn now. And it was, but that's the thing. He says, and we get better with age. My dad hit his pinnacle in bodybuilding at 65. He was lifting the most. He looked the best. He had a 32-inch waist, great big back, and he's 65 was his pinnacle. But that's a genetic freak show too.
Wait, his genetics is your genetics. You remember that part?
Yeah, I mean, I'm 50, so it's.
I wouldn't think. I would think of that 50. I would think maybe about late 30s, early 40s, but 50. Yeah. Wow, I would think you were that. I mean, the lifestyle. A lot of you ladies look younger than you think. I mean, I know I did a birthday video for Jay Foose. I think she turned 52. I know Hella Tavino, she just turned 48, 49. Yeah. And I mean, it's surprisingly how sometimes I did interview one lady and she told me, oh, I'm 55. I said, you're 55? Yeah. I mean, I thought you were like.
That's what it takes. And that's the thing a lot of people don't really realize. And the thing is, it's okay for a woman to be in her 50s.
I love her laugh. Don't y'all love that laugh? That's just a beautiful laugh. We like that laugh. She has a beautiful smile too, and it's a great story here. And I'm really, I tell you right now, I have a lot of people. Like right now, look at the count. I got 10 people on here. I appreciate y'all 10 people. We all know you're here for Miss Sarah Boes. You are. She draws you, and women like you draws guys like us, because I've been following you quite a long time. I know. I mean, this is why I love to give y'all ladies a story, because y'all stories are very interesting. They're inspiring, and they really, let people know that y'all are women, y'all are humans. You are a mother, you have children, you are an actress, you are a worker. You're very politically into politics. I follow you on your social media, and also you worked hard because you wanted to get to the next level in your career. Absolutely. And my man JM2021, genetics are complementary with each other's. That's the nature of it. Compliment, yeah. Also, she's 50. Damn, she looks good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like man, Bernie Mac say, "Bam, girl, you look good, like a bacon egg cheese sandwich."
At some age, somewhere along the line, it all stops. It doesn't. My mom passed away, I think it was 4 years ago now, and
I'm
she
sorry.
passed away at 74. It was fairly young. The best she ever looked was, I mean, this is morbid as all hell, but the best I've ever seen her look was when I saw her dressed, and she was right before her cremation. And I saw her, and I was like, oh my God, Mom, you look amazing. Like, what the fuck? Like, why? Why did you have, really? You have to do this now. And you're just going to drop off the planet and you look amazing. She looked absolutely beautiful,
Because my
stunning.
mom too. When I saw her, yeah, she looked at her old self because yeah,
Yeah,
she was sick for a long time. She looked like a. They did a great job. She looked her old self. And that's
incredible.
my mom. Yeah, it's
Like,
crazy. You know, I hate to say you had to die to look good.
yeah.
Yeah, my man. I'm looking for a swole cougar. Ball. That's my man, Balls Deep. Also, my man, Prince come here. She's have a pretty dimple in her cheeks. Chicks. I think you want to say cheek. Yeah, she does have nice dimples. And my man Jay M. Torrent, 50 is only a number. It's never too old. Look good regardless, and appreciate that. And my man, Marcus Bell had to get him George. Appreciate it, man. Thank you, much respect. And like the thing is, yeah, it's like I remember what Jay Z says, 30 is the new 40. And was it 40 is the new 30? I think it was. How he said it. And I'm in a couple months I'm gonna be 48. And I have
Yeah.
people told me like, George, you look a lot younger than you because I never had children, and then had the burden of a woman other than my mom, and just that, just that if you keep yourself up and you say, you know what,
That,
take care of yourself just as much as anything, that's important.
on that. Hang on. But keep
All right.
talking. Yeah.
Yeah.
It, it's true. As you see
Mhm.
the boxing bag in the back here. Yeah.
Or boxing, like that's this is a strange perv thing about something about female bodybuilders and boxing girls. Really got it.
I'm not the one. It's my sons.
Oh,
Found out.
oh,
I don't. They have to teach me what to do because I haven't a clue about any of that. They do all the fighting.
all right.
Of
What they
course,
said.
that says you're supposed to go in there and knock people out. And everyone's so soft now.
Yeah,
This day and age, everyone's so, oh, we don't want to hurt anybody. We don't want to hurt anybody. I'm like, why? That's what you're here for. That's what you're doing this for.
yeah.
It's all about knocking someone out. But you know, to each his own.
Well, sometimes I'm the type of person. I don't want to look for trouble, but if it comes my way, I know how to handle it. This is a true story. I remember when this one night, me, my brother, and my nephews went into a club, and I'm everybody's like, I'm kind of a pacifist. I don't look for fights. I like to. My brother and my nephew got in a fight, and then the security guys were my nephew. My brother was on the ground while somebody was like dropping him like he was an MMA fighter. I came walk. I put my arm up between him and my brother, my security guy. I looked him dead in the eye. I said, "Please get off my brother." The guy could have jumped on me, but he kind of, I don't know. He saw something in my eyes. He kind of stepped back. You know,
Wow.
I used to work at the street club right across the street from the club that he worked at. He come and say, "Hey man, how you doing?" And he just be respected because I don't know. I think he just said like, "I'm looking this man," just basically looked me straight in the eyes and said, "Please tell me." And he's like, he's too. He probably his head was thinking, "This man is too calm. He's too
Yes.
calm." And I think if I fight him, I think he might break my neck.
Yep.
And and I was still strong back then. But it was my little brother. It was like maybe a year after my brother, my bigger brother who passed away, and we were out having a good time. And I think I had to protect my little brother. He's my baby brother. I gotta look out for him because I kind of I refer to him as Fredo of the family. My mother's gone. And I say no one touches Fredo. Because you remember Fredo was older than Michael, but I'm like Michael. He's like Fredo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But my man, Balti, she got hands. That's her sons. They probably started fighting. And my man, Prince Kumar, she's very pretty. And then any young girls and any young age girls, yeah. And that's the thing about young girls. So we talk about how a lot of this young generation they want everything hot and ready. They want it right then and now, but you have to put in the work.
Got
If
to
you
put in the
can't put
work.
in the work and study and do everything you got to do, nothing's gonna
Yep.
come out the way you do. You can try to do little skips and like that, but after a while, those skips don't work.
They don't. They don't. If you put the work in into anything, and you're going to get out what you put in. It's one my dad always used to say. So you get back twice what you give. And he said, you give the gym that kind of dedication and work, you're going to get back what you put in. You're going to reap your rewards. And it's true, but it's even, he's so mild mannered, and he reminds me a lot of Dorian Yates, my dad.
Oh yeah.
Very much like that. English and just soft spoken. And, he said, well, you showed up. Mm-hmm. It's all about showing up, doing the work.
Yeah. Well, to your father and to you, Philip, I'm sorry you lost your queen. So I don't want to say that.
Yes, I lost my mom 4 years ago.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And your dad's he's still going,
Yep.
and I know, and that's good for him that he has you and his grandkids in his life. My mother, she was a mother, like I said, to quote another, my father, like to quote the Joker again, my father was a drunk and a fiend. My mother never liked it, not one bit. But before he passed away, me and my father, we made our amends as men. He was my father, yeah. We made our amends, But my mother, she was my woman. She was my best friend. She was my riding buddy. And like I said, yeah, our mothers, as boys, our mothers are our best friends. And as you women, your father is is your best friend, and I'm glad he has him. My man, Prince Kumar, at least of last podcast, please show a little. No, we're not going to ask her that. This is a conversation. But yeah, you should do since you're on YouTube, like myself.
Yep.
You should do a little podcasting. I mean, do a little live streaming like that. That would be good because I know a lot of ladies that help them it helps you with your algorithms on YouTube. Also, if you get to like 1,000, because I'm only about 60 some from being monetized. You have to get 1,000, and I've been doing this for like almost 5 years. Because a great gentleman I met a while back. He told me, he inspired me. He said, George, you can call yourself the king of female body mentality. I said, no, king is too simple. Everybody calls himself king. So I said, emperor. Because remember Napoleon, when he took over France after they got rid of most of the royal family, he didn't call himself King Napoleon. He called himself Emperor Napoleon. I think it sounds more regal. We have here my man, JM22. This is a new generation, has a lot to learn. They have been given the mild softening treatment from our modern society due to society, social media is both a curse and a gift. And that's the thing is. And also, this is my man KLA, the Wanderer. Hey, Sarah, you have a jug of buffalo urine.
Yes. I have to get my next supply. It's downstairs in the freezer, and I have to thaw that out first. It's always better when it's room temperature.
Do you go to South Dakota or you go to North Dakota to get the buffalo?
Yeah, it depends. Depends on what's. Yeah, they're. I prefer north.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My man KL says, I'm playing. You look gorgeous. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, she has a beautiful smile. Yeah. Y'all guys, you get excited when these muscle men on here.
I'm playing with you too, with the buffalo piss.
But like I said, we're not gonna hold her up too long because I know she has a busy day. She has things to do, stuff to do, women thing to do. And I know she's like she might get ready to have her supper. So like I said, as a competitor now as IFBB Pro, what would you like to see change in your sport?
Oh boy, gosh!
You can get a list. You can make a list if you like.
There's a wow. I would like to see it at the top. At the top of the food chain. Right now we're putting a lot of emphasis and a lot of, again, it comes down to dollars, right? It comes down to what people are paying for. But it is the International Federation of Bodybuilding. And I'd like women's bodybuilding to stay on that top spark, because the thing is that it started with female bodybuilding. Then we got fitness, then we got figure, then we have, I think physique came in after that, and then, and then bikini. Women's bodybuilding was first. So I would like to see it first again. It's a tall order, but I would like to see it back where it belongs.
Well, the debate about this, bikini, bodybuilding kind of started out like as bikini first, per se. Back in the good part of the 60s and 70s, when it didn't, remember the back in the day, like people like Georgia Fudge and Carla Dunlap, they started kind of like almost like figure competitors, but they kick out the high heels, and then you had Richard.
Yes, but that was bodybuilding.
Yeah, it was bodybuilding, and then all those other divisions sprung from that.
Exactly.
Figure.
Exactly.
Wellness,
they came from women's bodybuilding.
Yeah.
So keep women. Don't throw out women's bodybuilding. Keep women's bodybuilding, because that's where it originated. So that's what I want to see. I want to see that grow and that stay where it's supposed to. And, it's, and to be, brutally honest, a lot of the time, when someone doesn't like something, it's usually because they can't do it. So if it's bodybuilding's hard, it's tough. It's a grind. It's not easy. And because, with this, the way things are today, people want things now, and they want it right now. And it doesn't work like that.
No,
so it doesn't work like that. So a lot of the time the haters come from, for female bodybuilding, because they can't do it themselves.
Mm-hmm. They can't do men's bodybuilding.
They can't do men's bodybuilding. And that's another thing that has to be promoted more as well, is men's open bodybuilding.
Yeah. And one thing is also like the money should change. Like if you look at the Olympia,
money should change.
Like one thing, if Big Ramy walked away with nearly $500,000, Andrew Shaw got 50,000.
Right.
I think even though we all know the men's bodybuilding fused all the other divisions, but at least give the ladies a little something, because these ladies
give us more than we're getting. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think Andrew Shaw should get at least $250,000. Because you know what, that would be, she can do like Sarah Vilgus, how she just put money behind the show, because we need more people to promote the shows.
Right.
We need more sponsors. We need for big companies to stop being afraid of bodybuilding because of the old issue of steroids. If you get somebody like Nike or Gatorade,
correct,
or somebody can bring in some major cash into the sport, what it will expand it. You have more. More money for the competitors. Some competitors don't even have to be like some NFL and NBA players. They can make the money when they have to
just as much.
Yeah, that would help. And like I said, that you're a sponsor competitor. If more people out there like the Smos who are fans of these ladies, hey,
they got to come to the shows.
Come to shows. If you're interested in sponsoring a competitor without looking for something out of it, just to see them progress in their career, then do that too. You have the money. If you can go on some sites and spend money like that, you can spend it on these ladies. Hey, what's about cover $200 every so often? That would help out. Yeah,
that would help considerably. And the things is without the schmoes, we wouldn't be celebrated nearly as much. Mm-hmm. And for that, thank you. It's really, really important to have them in our circle, because they're massive, massive, massive support. Mm-hmm. But we've got to see the monetary support as well.
Yeah, I think that's why I say, like, if you guys are out there, like Genesis, Guinness can probably promote a bodybuilding show. That'd be sponsored. Hey, Guinness out there.
Guinness would be great. That's the first thing I have after a show is Guinness.
I've never been a drinker. I know some people drink that stuff. That's a little too much, man. I've never been a drinker.
Guinness Stout's like a meal.
Yeah, it's my man. JM2022. I just noticed the Buffalo jug.
You did you? Yes. I have a few Buffalo jugs. This is an empty jug it's an empty one. I have two empties that I have to fill today. Yeah.
And my man here, Prince Kamar, she's my favorite bodybuilder now, but she's never give me any response. She's busy. She can't always respond to everybody.
Who are you?
His name is I believe his name says Prince Kumar, and sometimes some ladies gotta be careful, because some guys be out there
Right.
They send straight to like that's why I often say don't see no D pics because the fact is that's offensive. Because
Yeah. The
that's
other thing is the constant hounding. Like a lot of the time, I will let certain people in, and then I'll get hounded for hours
mm-hmm.
by someone, or two or
Trolls,
three people
trolls.
to get a response. And I appreciate that because they just want you to talk to them. But when you talk, there's a, I can't talk to 10 million people at once.
No, you can't.
um, but Prince Kumar, okay.
Yes,
Okay. IG me, Prince Kumar.
yeah. Anyway, folks, we're gonna let her go because she has to defrost some buffalo piss,
Yeah.
and we do appreciate her time. This is a lovely lady. We have gotten an education because that's why I enjoy doing these interviews because not only I get an education of about what's going on in the sport because as you know, being family for a long time, I really started this content. I really learned a lot of stuff.
Good.
Like I learned. I get I'm like I do stuff. I talk about stuff. I reach out to people. Like I do every so often. I do like we do have discussions. Like we a while back, me and a gentleman by the name of Keith Williams. He's the husband of Tina Williams and another lady. We did a discussion
Yep.
about judging and stuff like that. We get it. We really want to give people the education on the sport of bodybuilding, and especially from the viewpoint from you ladies, because y'all the ones who don't get as much recognition as attention compared to the men.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to talk to you like Brandon Ray or Big Ramy
Yeah.
or Chris Bumstead. I was at Savannah, and a fellow Canadian, I think his name was Brandon Course. He won for men's classic. And he's
Yep.
kind of like a Chris Bumstead lookalike. You
Yep.
know, you know, and guys like that, they're gonna get attention. But women like yourself, like you, Melanie,
Yeah.
Tanya, Sheena Oleg, who I met,
Yeah.
Andrew, Andrea Shaw, Irene Anderson, y'all ladies, y'all really, are the stars of this division. Y'all are the ones who really keep bodybuilding going. And yes, we're getting the ladies coming from physique. Like, we have people like Sarah Vilgas. We have,
Yeah.
Netta Quayle, those ladies who are coming up, who are the descendants of this
Yeah.
sport,
They're still
of this division.
bodybuilding.
Yeah, yeah.
To be a
Uh,
physique competitor, you got to bodybuild.
we got a man, newborn. He's clapping for you, showing respect.
Thank
Um,
you.
my man Balls Deep. And she got a new fan over here. Much respect, Balls Deep. My man Newborn. He says, "Have a great day, both of you, Gio and you, Madam Boyce. Appreciate you, man. Balls Deep." And right here, my man, Newborn. This society is soft and sensitive. Well, yeah, that's how things are changing. And my man, Newborn, Neverborn. Hope to see more content on YouTube channel, Miss Sarah, and we hope we do. We get a chance to. And also, my man, Prince Kumar. I'm again said you a message on IG. Please don't, because you are my inspiration. You are like a role model, and much respect to
Thank you.
that. And the female circuit need more representation. That's true.
Yes, correct.
So anyway, we're about to head out because you want to enjoy the rest of your day. I'm about to go out and maybe just I got some stuff I got to do. I got some stuff I got to work on, maybe still anything like that. But do you want to give a shout out to anybody anybody out there who supports you and any fans, families, or like that?
Oh boy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, my biggest shout out is my coach, Tyrone Ashmead. He's been everything to me. He's been absolutely everything to me. He, like I said, plucked me out of the gym and said, "You used to compete. Let's do it again." He's my best friend. He's my partner in crime. And so his wife, Dar Ashmead, who keeps them together. She's the calm before the storm. She's the one that takes us out of our ridiculousness and is able to put us in a way that we're okay, all right, in a straight frame of mind. I haven't eaten, so I'm losing my words.
Like it's not, like I know when I talk to somebody, say when they're low on carbs, they go like
I need the carbs right now. So
I need
phenomenal.
a cupcake. I need a piece of bread.
But it does take a village. It does take a village to make a champion. It requires people. My dear posing coach Kenny Wallach, who's amazing, and my family and my friends. I'm very protective of my family and my friends, so I just who you are.
You're about to cry. Don't cry. You make me want to cry. Would you like that?
My coaches are everything.
We get the Oscar music is coming on. We wrapping up.
Coming.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah. Yeah. But those are those are my lifeblood.
Well, we appreciate them. We appreciate you.
And Dad. My dad.
Appreciate Dad. Thank you, Dad. If it wasn't for you, Dad, she wouldn't be here right now.
Wasn't for my dad, I wouldn't be doing any of this. And after my mom passed away, he turned his entire house into a gym. I kid you not. The living room is a squat rack. The dining room table is a beautiful glass dining room table with chalk in butter dishes. like English China butter dishes, there's the chalk. And he's got a squat rack in there. He's got 3 benches. And his bedroom's massive. And what lines the wall on each side of his bed are dumbbells. Dumbbell racks. Lines the wall. Some people have little counters, those little ledges all the way around their room. No, not him. He's got dumbbells and a treadmill and a lap pull down machine. He's got every room has got some body part focus.
Well, like I said, your mom's gone. He has to focus on himself now. 83
That's
years
right.
old. That's amazing. Respect.
Yeah.
My man, Never Born, he says, peace out, Gio. Yeah, peace out to you, Never Born. My man, Prince Kumar. She's real legend, down to earth woman, and appreciate that. Folks, like I said again, her social media stuff in the description. You want to reach out to her. If you are, if you want to be, also like I said, she's a trainer. If you're serious about training, and you committed to this, reach out to her. Don't be like some of these guys. Yeah, don't be some of these guys like say, you know what, I like something to do with you.
Don't be pervy.
Don't be pervy. Don't be pervy. I know
Say,
you
hey,
raised. Yeah, I know he's raised this fight, y'all.
I need to get my act together. Help me out, and that's a different thing.
Yeah. But anyway, like I said, I want to thank you for.
Thank you.
Like I said again, one of my favorite movies again is at the end of Batman Begins when Jim Gordon says to Batman says, "I forgot to thank you," and he turns around and says, "You never have to. You never have to." But yeah, I love that's a great quote. I love that. But folks, again, I'd like to thank my brothers JM 2022, my sister Miss Fishiana, my man Never Born, my man Balls Deep. You gotta be Prince Kumar. KLA, Lawrence Perkins, all you who watch this video, share, like, comment, subscribe. Also said again, you can subscribe to her on YouTube. Get her to 1,000 subscribers. Get her monetized so she can make some money. She can make some money. Get some money.
And I promise I will put more content on YouTube.
Yeah,
I definitely will. Yes.
Yeah. We thank you for this time, for sharing your story. I wish you all the best of luck in the future. We hope we get to see you. Like, you're going to be competing at the show in May, right?
In May. I think it's in May. Yeah. I will confirm that a little bit later. But yes, May is what we're headed toward. And I put the daunting task of finding my U.S. shows on someone else. So he's going to find my U.S. show.
Well, what I'm going to do like this, every so often, like I said, they'll post the list for the shows.
Yes.
When they post a new list, I will send it to you, and you can send it to your coach. And you can see what shows you want to pick, because I think Toronto is probably a good one because it's close to home, and or you don't want to do Toronto.
No, I'm focused on the U.S.
Okay, so like I said, Chicago is close to you. There was, like I said, there was the Indianapolis, but it's gone, and it's always New York, and there's plenty of other shows. But we want to wish you best of luck.
Thank you so much.
We like I said, we love you, ladies. We support you. We love you other ways too, but we're not gonna talk about that. Yeah, I know. Some guys, hey, you're gay, you got you. Put up your sanitizer lotion later, guys. But like I said, reach out to you on social media. Instead again, I always say this: if you are somebody who's out there who have the means and the ways to support, to sponsor an athlete, do it. Reach out to them. like herself, like any of these ladies and men out there who are supporting this sport. Because like I said, this sport is expensive. It's not a lot of money like compared to other sports. But if there's a way we can make this sport better, if you are somebody if you're an undercover smoke who works for a big time executive company, if you have the means to help out these ladies or even help out the whole entire IFBB, reach out. Because I know some guys that watch you. Yeah, reach out. Don't be afraid to admit that. Hey, I'm a fan of these ladies.
Say what you mean and mean what you say. Don't say something and don't follow through.
And to quote my man the Joker, I'm a man of my word. Yeah. Anyway, I'd like to thank Miss Sarah for coming through. Thank you for your interview. Support the women's sport of bodybuilding. Just support in general all athletes. But these are athletes. These are women. These are mothers. These are wives. These are people. These are women. Don't just be so you see these big muscles and you say she's intimidating. She's a generally nice and funny lady. I enjoyed the conversation. Yeah. So like I said, we're gonna let you go. Enjoy the rest of your day. Drink your buffalo piss, and and have a great week. And we can't wait to see you when you make your pro debut. Anyway, folks, this is man all the way George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Talk. Like, don't subscribe. Good rest of your day and have a great weekend.
Thank you very much. You too.
You too.
Thank you for having me on.
All right, you're welcome.